Hello, good morning, and good afternoon, and even good evening, depending on where you are. Welcome again today. I'm very happy and I'm very much humbled in the feet of Jesus. And I want to take you through a short inspiration that will bring us close to what we really need in life. Life can be so tragic at times, and if you cannot make a decision that is wise enough, you may end up being desperate with it and you just lose hope. So, after you finish watching this, I could like you to subscribe and share this information so that it can reach many people as possible. So my theme or my topic of discussion is beyond your comfort zone. Beyond your comfort zone. So I want to read you one thing here, an introduction, but it says, as Pharaoh approached, the Israelites looked up, and there were the Egyptians marching after them. They were terrified and they cried out to the Lord. They said, Moses, was it because there were no graves in Egypt that you brought us to the desert to die? What have you done by bringing us out of Egypt? Didn't we say to you in Egypt, leave us alone? Let us serve the Egyptians. It would be better for us to serve the Egyptians than to die in the desert. That is from the book of Exodus, chapter 4, verse 10 to 12. These people, having been brought out of bondage in Egypt, in the wilderness, when they see Pharaoh and his majesty, that is his armies, marching towards them, they are here crying to Moses and asking them, were there no graves in Egypt that we could be buried and to bring us so that we can die here in the wilderness? Why? The Israelites served as slaves and they got used to this kind of life. In fact, they never believed that there was a better life away from slavery. They aptly fitted in this life and they became comfortable with it. So, in actual sense, these people died in Egypt, and for 40 years they went around the wilderness as walking corpses, because awaiting burial. To them, the offer and opportunity being delivered and taken to the land of milk and honey was anything better than what they were used to. So by Moses, or by God giving them promises that he will give them a fertile land, full of milk, full of honey, full of rain, everything, they never even wished to have it, because they believed that being slaves was the best thing they could do at that moment. The same applies with us. Many people fit in this category. They die at 20 years, but they get buried at 60 years. Why? They are celebrating mediocrity and they are prepared to die the way they are. If chance presents itself for them to improve their lives, they still doubt it. Look at what you do, the job you are doing. Is it worth? Look at the business you are running. Is it worth? Look at the kind of farming you are doing at home. Is it worth? That's why I want to bring you close to what we call moving beyond your comfort zone. You got your diploma a long time ago. You have never upgraded your education to a degree. You got your degree 30, 40 years ago. You have even never believed that there is a way you can improve it by doing masters. You got your master's 5 years ago and you have never dreamt of going and do PhD. So, because you are comforted with the simple life that you are living. But when you see others improving their lives, you only say that, these people are doing ABCD, they are steering, they are... So, you just owned a very small shop in the village 10 years ago. But still, it is not a small shop. It has never improved from being a retail shop to a wholesale shop. You owned a wholesale shop. It has never improved from a wholesale shop to even a supermarket. So, if you look at the times, the writer says this, at the times life can be so unfair. It can. To a point that the people desire to live as slaves and refuse to be set free. So, many students who are scoring average grades in high school have the ability even to do wonders. Others are doctors who will never realize their true potential. Some are lawyers who will never practice, or because they are fearful of the unknown, that they would rather remain in their comfort zone than venture into new fields. Look here, if you are a student scoring a D, you are likely to improve even to a D+. You can improve your D+ to a C-. You can improve your C- to a C prime. You can improve your C prime to a C+. You can improve your C+ to a better grade ahead. But because you fear the unknown, you are never having that desire to improve yourself. You are a teacher. You can improve yourself from being a primary teacher to being a high school teacher, from being a high school teacher to a university teacher or a middle-level college teacher. But because you fear the unknown, you rather say, let me stay in this my career until I retire and die. People are fearing to better their lives because maybe they fear they will be bewitched. But if I ask you, are all those people who are dead now in the mortuaries all are bewitched because they succeeded in life? Automatically the answer is no. So why do you fear to improve your life? Why? That is the big question. You know, you find these people after high school, you find them working as watchmen, and they say they are able to educate their children and make their ends meet. Some serve as house girls, as rocker and houseboys, lacking the passion to better their life. Meet them working, they will tell you how they are afraid of owning a car for fear of perishing in a road accident. What kind of life is that? In fact, these people are living a life of misery, a life built on just, let me say, like fake ideas. You try to motivate them to become readers wherever they are working. They will tell you off by saying they are too young to die of stress. So what exactly do they want? When you try to motivate them to begin a wholesale out of their kiosks, and they will quickly dismiss you on the superstitious beliefs that they will be bewitched when they begin to prosper. Are you getting my point? Then I can ask myself, or I can ask you who is watching on me, what a tragic life. If at all poverty is security, then I better risk and die fighting it than living with it. People are living a poor life because they have chosen to live like that. And those who have chosen to live a richer life have chosen to live it. And they have set their goals and objectives towards attaining the maximum richness. If you find somebody who owns a restaurant, he doesn't sleep. He must go each and every 3 hours, even at night, to see how the business is doing. If you are a farmer, you must go to your shamba to see how your crops are doing. Do they need manure? Do they need to be weeded and dug across it? Do they need watering? And many other things that can be done before you go to harvest. You cannot just go to the field and plant, then you wait for 6 months or 1 year you go to harvest without going and manuring those plants or those crops. So you need to put effort in whatever that you are doing so that prosperity will follow. So, one letter says this: every man stamps his value on himself. Man is made great or small by his own mind. What does this statement mean? Every man stamps his value on himself. Man is made great or small by his own mind. Let me explain this. As a man thinks in his mind, so he is. That is what Proverbs 23 verse 7 says. One of the greatest lessons I have learned in life is that nobody can imprison your mind without your consent. For me to come and rule you, you must allow me to rule you. For somebody to drag you around, you must allow that person to drag you around. I have discovered this, that some of the greatest minds we have are those behind bars. Walk in the prisons across the globe. You will find that the great minds, very brilliant people, are just imprisoned. Actually, if they can be given any chance, they can even bring a revolution. Why? Because some of the best books you read were authored in prison. So much creative artwork that is sold worldwide are a creation of minds behind bars. This is a proof enough that although one can control your body, they can never imprison your mind. Just walk even in our Kenyan prisons and see the artwork that is being done there. The kind of chairs, tables, and etc. that is being made with minds behind bars. It is a very brilliant job. Best-selling books are books that have been authored by men behind bars. Very motivating and very inspiring. So, if you can allow yourself to be imprisoned by someone's mind, like now let me give you just an example. You are working in a job paid, like, let me use the Kenyan figures, 40,000 Kenya shillings. Then, these 40,000 Kenya shillings, you are cut a lot of taxes. You pay as you earn. You pay for NHIF. You pay for NSSF. You pay for your circles. Then, at the end of the day, when the pay slip is reflecting 40,000 Kenya shillings, you go home with around 28,000 Kenya shillings. This one, you need to break it down. You pay rent for the house. You buy food for your family. You buy clothes for yourself. You use it for transport. So at the end of the month, you find that you are even saving nil returns. So what are you working for? Have you ever imagined that there is something better you can do that can better your life other than working for that salary of 40,000 a month? Have you ever thought that there is something that you can do and generate even 100K per month? Have you ever thought from your salary of 150,000 or 250,000, there is something you can do better and get 500,000 in return at the end of the month? That's why I want to bring you this topic called Beyond Your Comfort Zone. I want to tell you one thing. Before we continue with this topic tomorrow, I want to bring you close that you need to think beyond your comfort zone. Today was our lesson 1 and it is introduction. So tomorrow I'll take you through a topic following this, topic 2, saying mentality change. So in this, we are going to look broadly what is mentality change. But for today, I want you to start thinking beyond your comfort zone. I start you to start figuring out that you will work better and do better in life by not being employed. Actually, the payment you are receiving at the end of the month from your employer is just a bribe because they want to maintain you at their work. You work for them. You are just a slave. So they are just bribing you to maintain you as a servant in their place of work. So make sure you move out of that and work towards attaining your maximum goal in life. You are not a photocopy of somebody's life. You are an original of yourself. That's why God says, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. You are made in the image of your Creator. So think and change yourself from what you have perceived yourself to be. From where you have felt to be comfortable, move. May God bless you.